Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be doing a film review, and if you couldn't tell from the title, the film that I will be reviewing is Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. So Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again is the second film of the Mamma Mia series, I guess. So the first Mamma Mia film came out back in 2008, so 10 years ago. I actually went to see that twice at the cinema, and I cannot tell you how many times I have seen it on DVD since. It is one of my all-time favourite films. So when I found out that they were going to make a second one, I was just so over the moon. And yeah, and not only that, but I found out that one of my favourite actresses was also going to be in it. For the last year, is what I have probably been most excited for. So Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again came out in Australian cinemas on July 19th. There were actually some select cinemas that had an early screening of the film the night before it officially came out. So I actually went to see the film on July 18th, and I went to see it again just the other day. So the film has been out for just over a couple weeks now. And yeah, like I said, I went to see it twice, so I'm sure you can tell just from that I really enjoyed it. So if you haven't heard anything about the film or seen anything about it, just a bit of a summary. The film takes place 5 years after the first one, and it's got all the same characters in it as the first one. So Sophie, Donna, Tanya, Rosie, Sam, Bill, Harry, Sky, everyone's still in it. But the film also jumps backwards and forwards in time, so from present day to the past, and it shows the story of Donna from when she finishes university to her journey meeting all the three guys, to her then arriving on the island and having her daughter. So all the same cast from the first film are still in it. So there's Meryl Streep, Julie Walters, Christine Baranski, Pierce Brosnan, Colin Firth, Stellan Skarsgård, Amanda Seyfried, and Dominic Cooper. But they obviously needed a younger cast to play the younger versions of the characters. So like I said, one of my favourite actresses was in it, Lily James. She played the young version of Donna Sheridan. Then Josh Dillon played the young Bill. Hugh Skinner played the young Harry. Jeremy Irvine played the young Sam. Jessica Keenan-Wine played the young Tanya. And Alexa Davis played the young Rosie. So along with that already incredible cast, there are two other new cast members. Number one, Andy Garcia plays Senor Cienfuegos, who is the hotel manager, and the second new person is Cher. Cher plays Ruby Sheridan, Donna Sheridan's mother, and she kind of shows up uninvited to the big party, and has decided that she wants to commit to being a grandmother to Sophie. So like I said, the film jumps backwards and forwards in time from present day to the past. And yeah, so present day, Sophie is still living on the island. She's renovated the hotel, and they're getting ready to have a big party for the reopening of the hotel on the island. And that's pretty much what the whole present day story is. Sophie also finds out that she's pregnant, so we sort of see that story and her becoming a mother. This film is much more touching, and I sort of feel like there's almost a stronger mother-daughter theme or mother-daughter bond in this film. I don't really want to spoil anything in case any of you haven't seen the film, but the very end scene is very, very touching. Both two times I went to see it, I just started crying, and yeah, the second time I went to see it, I was with my friend, and I knew that scene was coming. So right as the scene came, I just like stuck my hand out and grabbed her hand, and I looked at her, and she just started bawling her eyes, and that just made me cry even more. And oh, it's very emotional, or at least I think so. I'm quite an emotional person. I start crying very easily in films, so it was bound to happen that I was going to cry during that scene. So being Mamma Mia, it's obviously going to have an amazing soundtrack, and it did. It does. It has an amazing soundtrack. It's seriously all I have been listening to for the last 2.5, 3 weeks. I just cannot stop listening to it. So if you haven't listened to the soundtrack yet, I highly recommend it. Even if you haven't seen the film, I still recommend it. So I'll actually just read out to you the list of songs on the soundtrack. Some of the songs on here weren't actually in the film, and then there were a couple in the film that just sort of played in the background that aren't on the soundtrack. So I'm just going to read out to you the ones that are on the soundtrack. So When I Kiss the Teacher, I Wonder, One of Us, Waterloo, Why Did It Have to Be Me, I Have a Dream, Kisses of Fire, Andante Andante, The Name of the Game, Knowing Me, Knowing You, Angel Eyes, Mamma Mia, obviously, Dancing Queen, I've Been Waiting for You, Fernando, My Love, My Life, Super Trooper, and The Day Before You Came. So like I said, pretty much the only thing I've been listening to for the last couple of weeks is the soundtrack to this film, and I can't tell you which is my favourite song from it, because I just love too many of them. But I think my top ones are When I Kiss the Teacher, One of Us, Why Did It Have to Be Me, Andante Andante, Angel Eyes, and I've Been Waiting for You. I think they're my top 6. Out of the 18 in the soundtrack, they're my top 6. And they're also my sort of top favourites for the songs in the film as well. So on to actually properly reviewing the film. Like I said, I absolutely loved it. Seen it twice, really want to see it again, don't know if I will. I can't wait for it to come out on DVD. But with saying that, there were quite a few things that did really annoy me. And it's mostly things that just didn't match up to how they were like told in the first film. So the first thing, which was quite obvious to me, was the order that Donna meets the 3 guys. In the first film, when Sophie is singing Honey Honey and reading out Donna's diary, the order in which Donna meets the guys is Sam, Bill, then Harry. But in this film, they show Donna meeting Harry first in Paris. Then she meets Bill, who in this second film, he actually takes her to the island. In the first film, the diary reads that Sam takes her to the island. And then in the second film, she meets Sam on the island. So there are just sort of little things like that, which don't really match up. Also, the way that the 3 guys look is quite different to... There was that little flashback that Donna had in the first film where she first sees the guys in the old goat house, and they sort of transform into how they looked when she met them. And in the second film, the guys don't look like that at all. I've seen things where people have pointed out the eye colour of the actors. So Lily James has brown eyes, but Meryl Streep has blue eyes. So people have sort of notice that. I don't know what the reason was, but Lily obviously didn't wear blue contacts. She kept her brown eyes. And it wasn't something I noticed watching it, even after I had seen people pointing it out. The second time I went to see it, I still didn't notice it. So, I mean, that wasn't a big deal for me. I also saw that someone pointed out the fact that this film, like I said, is set 5 years after the first film. The first film was supposed to have been set in 1999, which is when the stage production started, making this second film set in 2004. But Sophie has like an iPhone 7 or something, and obviously iPhone 7s weren't around in 2004. So I did see someone point that out, but again, I didn't notice it either time that I watched it. But other than those few things, like the movie as a whole, I loved it. I cannot rave about it enough. I keep saying to people if they need someone to go to see it with, that I will go with them. I just want to see it again and again and again. But yes, so while the first film is one of my all-time favourite films, I don't know if I feel like this second one is better or even as good as the first one. I think because, at least for me, I haven't actually seen the stage production of it. I do have tickets to it in a few weeks, a month, like just over a month. So the first movie and the whole story was completely new to me. Even ABBA, I had obviously heard ABBA before seeing the first film, but it was sort of when that film came out that's when my love for ABBA sort of kicked off. And I always find that sequels and anything made after the first film is generally, I don't feel like it's really as good as the first, as the original. It's definitely on its own, I feel like this second one is just as good, but I think comparing the two, I think I do prefer the first one. Like I said, just because it's the original and it's obviously what got this second one made. So out of 10 stars, I would give Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, I'm going to say 9.5. I'll take away half a star because of those few things that did annoy me, but they weren't that big a deal to me, so 9.5 out of 10. So that's it, guys. That's my review of Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I kind of want to start doing more film reviews or even TV reviews on this channel. TV and film are one of my passions. As you may have seen, I go to Comic-Con every so often to meet actors from specifically Doctor Who, but I have met actors from other things. Lily James from Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, I met just over 3 years ago, just after she had been in Cinderella. Yeah, like I said, TV and film is one of my passions, and I wouldn't mind doing some more reviews and putting them up here, so let me know down below if there are any films that are coming out that you may want to see a review for. I don't know, or any TV shows that you might want me to recommend. So yeah, give this video a big thumbs up for me if you enjoyed. Also, hit the subscribe button down below if you would like to keep updated with any videos I do upload. Not that I upload very regularly, but on the occasions that I do, yeah, hit the subscribe button if you want to keep updated. So yeah, until next time, bye!